Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. I wanted to share with our whole community here that 2025 is going to be a really big year on this channel because I am going to be creating a lot more content here than I have in the past. There is also a new project that's been underway where I am going to be launching a website where I've mentioned this before, but I may be opening up some form of personal readings at some point next year through that website. Also, we are really going to be adding a lot more subliminal meditations to the Sound and Soulful Subliminals app. I've already started adding a couple more to the app just in the last few weeks, but there are so many subliminals in the works based on recommendations from those of you who've been using the app. And of course, we've now been doing the monthly free tarot reading giveaways for the second time ever. We are doing another one this December. So if you are watching in the month of December, there's still time to enter the free tarot reading giveaway that I'm doing on the channel. And all you have to do to enter is leave a comment under the video and share something that you've been feeling recently or some way in which this reading is connecting for you. So just leaving a comment, sharing a message with our community here automatically enters you in this free tarot reading giveaway. And if you do comment under multiple videos, then that actually will technically count as multiple entries because I will be using a random comment selector. So it would increase your odds of being the winner. I really loved doing this reading giveaway last month in November. So thank you to all of you who participated. Doing the reading was such a wonderful experience, and I'm really excited to be doing another one this month. So again, if you want to enter, it's entirely free. The full instructions and rules are in the description box of the video, but essentially all you have to do is leave a comment, and the winner will be announced in a community post on the channel. So be sure to check back on January 1st, 2025 on the community tab here. Okay, so yes, we're talking about 2025 because we are coming up on the end of December. And the interesting thing about the new year every year is there's always this building energy, especially I find from the last full moon of the year until that January 1st date. There in that last couple weeks, typically there is this really strong, potent energy. There's this feeling of wanting to set the tone for what is coming in 2025. So I feel this is not only going to be a really big year on the channel for 2025, which it's interesting. I really want to mentally remember to come back to this thought at the end of 2025 and do sort of a check-in on how the year actually went and really see what kinds of major things occurred both in my life and on the channel and in your lives as well, because this is a collective big energy. I feel that for many of you who have been tapped into this collective or similar collectives that are really on a path of spiritual awakening, increasing their consciousness, raising their vibration, there is this massive shift. And we've been kind of trying to tap into what that shift is, what it means for us in recent readings. Of course, it's one of those things that is so quantum in nature that it's difficult at times to find the physical words to describe it. And I do my best with that here on this channel. I know many of you do the same thing through your own platforms as well. So thank you for every way that you are personally contributing to that kind of growing body of knowledge and channeled information, whether you're doing that online, through your creations, through your artwork, through the way you communicate with others or live your life. You are such an active participant in all of that. But I just really feel that 2025 is going to be the year that you really begin to push out something that's either creative or something that's constructive in a different way, or go down some kind of different path that begins to manifest very powerfully this year. And that's the intention I'm setting for you, for myself, for this whole collective, that we begin to experience more and more the kind of harvest from the energy that we've been planting, because we've been putting these intentions out into the universe. We've been kind of building up this culminating energy. And I'm just really sensing this is going to be the year when so many of those energetic intentions really begin to break through the surface and into the physical realm, where they are visible not only to you, but to people who have been watching you as well, which is a perfect segue into the jumping off point for today's collective reading. You guys know that I do these collective readings every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They are live premiered, and those live premieres are really powerful, energetic spaces and times. So a huge thank you to all of you tuned in during the live premiere. But regardless, the previous video that I did, which was one of my so-called mini readings, they aren't always so mini because sometimes they do turn out to be kind of longer videos, but I kind of just go with the flow of energy there. But in that previous mini reading, at the very end of the reading, I mean, if you've watched the video, I'll leave it in the description box, but if you've watched it, most of the channeled message is so deeply personal. It's about you, your purpose. It's about your path. It's about how things are beginning to shift and open up in your life. But then there at the very end of the reading, which I'm actually going to go back in my journal to get exactly what came through. At the very end of the reading, we have someone watching you in all of this growth, all of this shifting of phases in your life. I'm getting chills even beginning to tap into this person's energy. And we said that this person is watching you with a mix of admiration and intimidation. And I said at the end of that reading that that was going to be our segue into this next collective reading. So we're going to be using that as a sort of jumping off point here. Now, as I begin to tune into this energy, the first thing coming through is that this isn't the only person who has their eyes on you. In fact, I feel somewhere in the title or thumbnail, I am going to say that a lot of people have their eyes on you right now. I got the letter initials D, E, S, I, A, R, and E. Those could be in someone's first or last name, but it's interesting because that also almost spells the word desire. So I'm actually going to go ahead and go to the word scramble, which you guys know is a tool that I use to channel specific words and details for the reading. Now, I also want to say, as with all of my reading videos, I do pick up many different collectives, many different waves of people, timelines, threads of energy, individuals that may be connected to you or not. So I always recommend using your intuition. Your intuition really is the compass of your life experience. So that is your true north at the end of the day. Stars may hold some kind of symbolism. I'm also hearing, this came up earlier in a past reading, but that song, Sky Full of Stars, may be relevant to someone. Okay, so let's go ahead and channel through some words here. So we have the words sunlight, explore, the country of Greece, June, maybe the month of June is someone's birth month or somehow significant, but that also tends to correlate with Gemini energy. So it's interesting that we've just had the Gemini full moon. Maybe this Gemini full moon, I'm hearing, is going to lead to a significant breakthrough. This could be felt internally as some kind of mental breakthrough where you suddenly realize something. But I'm getting that for many of you, this is about someone connected to you having a breakthrough around this full moon in Gemini. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin channeling into some of the energies here more specifically. Maybe it's even this particular person coming up in this message, this person who's watching you with both admiration and intimidation, who is actually having some kind of breakthrough about you. Okay, so let's use this as a starting point because that's really what I was feeling in the energy. So let's tune very specifically into this person who is watching you with both admiration and intimidation. I see them smiling and I hear them saying, "I can't help but smile." I'm also hearing the song, "I Can't Help Myself" from Falling in Love with You. I can't remember the exact title of the song, but it feels as though I'm hearing this person is in love and indecisive, with indecision in the upright position. Indecisive consciously because subconsciously and intuitively they've realized something, because this is sitting on the third eye chakra. So this person has actually had some kind of a realization about you, psychically or intuitively. I don't feel like they're consciously psychic, like they may not think that they have psychic gifts, but they're actually very energetically in tune in their own way. This is someone who seems very connected to their heart, very emotionally intelligent, possibly very emotionally sensitive. And here we have woman holding a coin in the upright position. Okay, so part of why they may be indecisive is because they know something within themselves about you, and we're going to get into what that is, but there seems to be this interference energy of self-doubt, of insecurity, of fear, and this fear-based energy I'm getting in some cases because it seems that it could have to do with a karmic feminine, especially if this person is more of a masculine energy and you are the divine feminine here. Now, of course, these labels, divine feminine and divine masculine, are just labels to describe energy dynamics. We all have a balance internally of both energies. So whenever I use these labels, these could connect with your internal masculine, your internal feminine, an external person situation, or they could be reversed for you. So again, always use your intuition on that. I got something about sunlight or sunny. That could be someone's name, I guess, also. I'm going to take a quick sip of my coffee. So the thing about this karmic feminine is this is someone who may or may not be physically around them. I'm also getting it doesn't have to be romantic. So I'm going to try to channel into this or put words to this as best as I can. But what I'm getting very strongly is that this may be an influence from this person's past who left a mark on them, who they may have dated in the past, or this could have been a friend or a family member, a mother, someone who carried a feminine energy. And I just keep getting the word manipulated, that they manipulated this person in many ways and made them feel not good enough. And so when it comes to you, they now are filled with kind of this self-doubt or this fear of not being able to live up to your standards or expectations. So again, this could be someone that's currently physically around them if that's relevant for you, but for many of them, this is someone who isn't physically in their life, or that they aren't necessarily spending that much physical time around at the moment. But there was a time when this person did have more power or influence over them and somehow impressed their mind with these beliefs that they weren't good enough. And yeah, with door to value reverse, they never saw themselves as valuable. I see a person like trying to constantly prove themselves or explain themselves, and the other person's kind of nitpicking at every little fault and thing about them that they don't like, every little mistake. This person may have felt as though they were constantly making mistakes or not doing things the right way just because this energy around them was kind of nitpicking at everything that they were doing. I got the name Jerry or Jeremy for someone, also the country of Norway for someone listening, Scotland as well. But here with adjacent possibilities uprights, this person I feel has chosen a new path or wants to choose a different path, whether this was, for example, a mother figure and maybe they saw this negative karmic feminine example in their life that they don't want to replicate or perpetuate. For others of them, this may have, again, been a past relationship, and it's almost like they've detached themselves from it. I'm getting in many cases, again, I feel for most of them, this isn't someone that they necessarily are physically around that much at the moment, or who has really a power or influence over them at the moment. It's this past imprint that was left upon them that's affecting them. But I see it's like they've chosen a different way. And with happy family upright, they want to live a peaceful, happy, harmonious life, and they want that in their relationships, and they perceive that with you, or the possibility of having that with you. But it's almost like they doubt their ability to actually sustain it. They're really fighting with themselves internally here. And so if this person has been kind of admiring at a distance, where you're sensing a warmth from them, a good energy from them, but it does feel a little bit as though they're holding themselves at arm's length, know that this is only because they are doing their own personal healing work internally to heal those blocks around their own worthiness, feeling more worthy of you. This is someone who's giving me the energy of a person actively doing the work to become better, to clear that energy. I'm hearing I want to get better, which I know is also a song, but we have the throat chakra. So I see communication will continue to unfold and strengthen and manifest naturally on this person's end as they continue to, I'm hearing, open those doors within themselves. As they continue to heal themselves. I got something about a lion. Maybe lion symbolism is significant to someone here. This can also resonate with Leo energy as well. But let's go ahead and look that up because I am curious. So it looks like lions can represent inner strength, resilience, valor. The word or the phrase heart of a lion is coming out really strong here. I feel like this person has a very pure, open heart. Again, there's someone very connected to their emotions, but at the same time, they are a person that is very much resilient, very much determined in some way, determined to keep growing, determined to keep bettering themselves and getting stronger. I'm hearing that this person has a really positive upward trajectory of continuous growth in their life because they are so determined and committed to that inner growth. And if you know this person, if this is someone you've been connecting with, that's most likely something that you really resonate with about them, that you find very appealing about connecting with them, because you can sense that they are someone who is very open-hearted and always working on bettering themselves, growing, continuing to evolve. And that's such a rare and beautiful quality to find within someone, especially if this person is a masculine energy, just because the masculine deals with very intense, very heavy societal programs. So if you are a masculine listening, then know that you really deserve to be applauding yourself for this path of growth that you're on, where you're expanding your consciousness, opening your heart, raising your awareness. The work that you're doing as an awakening or awakened divine masculine on this planet is not to be underestimated. It is so powerful. And I feel this person is a divine masculine like that. It's funny, I was really trying to avoid specifically labeling this energy in terms of masculine or feminine energy, but that's just coming through so strongly that it's almost inevitable here in this specific reading video. You guys know some of my readings end up very unlabeled. They're much more broad, and others are just so hyper specific. It's just the way it goes as I kind of follow the energy out here. But because those labels are coming up so strongly in this particular reading, I most likely will be including those labels, divine masculine and divine feminine, in the title and thumbnail, just so those who resonate more with those particular messages can find this video on YouTube. Okay, so, let's talk more to this person's soul, their spirit, their higher self. Let's see what their actual higher self wants to say, because I always say there's the 3D self and the 5D self, what we could think of as the physical human ego-based self in the 3D, and the soul, the higher self, the one that is completely spiritually connected. The more that we merge these two aspects of ourselves, where it's like we're simultaneously living in the 3D but channeling this higher version of ourselves, the more that we can effortlessly show up authentically, but also manifest our dreams in alignment with our core soul desires from that authentic space in a more effortless way. Okay, so the card to come out here from this person's higher self, it's almost like I feel their higher self talking about their 3D self. And the card says, I do care for you deeply, but I'm scared you want too much. So this is someone who, again, fears that they're not going to be able to be enough for you. I feel there may have been a feminine that they dated in their past, or again, this could have been a family member who always expected more out of them than they could give. And they always felt like they were falling short in that connection. So it's almost like they've been carrying that wound around with them. And we also have the card, I want to protect you from myself. So this is someone who I'm hearing that they never want to do anything to lower your energy in any sense. They only want to elevate you. They only want to raise your frequency to contribute positively to your life. This masculine respects you so deeply that they are the kind of person who, if they feel they couldn't actively contribute to your life in a given moment, they actually would retreat and pull back their energy until they reach a place where they truly feel again that they can give to you in a way that is worth your while, that is worth your time from their perspective. But of course, this can create a lot of confusion on your end, because with the card, I may be running, but my soul wants you only. I feel like this person's focus is really only on you. They are only focused on you emotionally, but also physically. I feel like there's really no one else romantically around whoever we're channeling into here. I feel as though they're so focused on you whenever they are feeling in that romantic energy, whenever they hear a love song, they always think of you. I'm getting the letter initials KAISH. Those could be in someone's first or last name here. And yet we have the card, I know you deserve more than I can give at the moment. But of course, that kind of leads into the thought that they're hoping you'll still be available for them to give more when they in the future have the capacity to give more. And they feel as though they're really building towards that. They're working towards that. I don't know why, but I'm getting this kind of metaphoric imagery of someone who is saving all of their paychecks in a month to be able to take you out on a nice date. And for some of you, maybe this is literal. Maybe this is someone who wants to work hard to be able to provide something nice for you, whether it's a nice experience or a date or a gift or something. They would rather put this connection on hold and work on themselves and be, again, like in this metaphor, saving up to be able to really do something nice for you. They would rather that than be taking from you. But taking from you, but connecting with you more consistently in the physical, if that makes sense. And I feel that this has been a dynamic that has most likely very much confused you because it's very new for you. I feel that you've not really encountered a masculine energy quite like this before, because you've connected with a lot of masculines in the past who would try to stay connected to you at all costs, meaning no matter what it cost you energetically, no matter how it affected you, it's like they just wanted you around no matter how it was hurting you, how it was draining you, how it was taking from you. This masculine is very different. They will not want to physically engage with you or connect with you when in that moment they feel as though they haven't saved up the energy or built themselves up to a point of being able to positively contribute to your life in that moment. And going back to the heart of a lion, I actually feel like there's something very valiant and very noble in this. It's just very new. So I'm glad that this has been coming up in the reading, because I feel for whoever I'm speaking to here, this might really help you unpack some kind of dynamic here that may have actually been really confusing from a physical 3D perspective. So in the extended version of the reading, we will be looking more deeply into this person's energy. We will be looking at how they're feeling from a more 3D perspective at this time, what kinds of thoughts they're having towards you, how they're planning on moving this forward. And we'll also be reading into future timeline potentials. Of course, the future isn't set in stone. You are the conscious creator of your life, so you have the ability to align with any potential timeline and manifest that so-called future into your life. But we can read into the strongest futuristic energetic potentials, the timelines you are most likely to align with in the future based on your current energy. So that's what we'll be doing in the reading on Patreon. So if you do want to tune in for that Patreon reading, the link to join is in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. But for now, I'm going to open up the reading and see who or what else wants to come through in this reading video. I keep seeing the image of a meadow. I'm not sure why that's coming up here, kind of like an open field. But here we have a woman holding a coin. Once again, that karmic feminine card. So one of the eyes on you, so to speak, because that really was the theme of the reading, how many eyes are on you right now, seems to actually be some sort of karmic feminine here. Now, this could be a very general energy of feminines who may be feeling triggered, feeling insecure, because of what they're observing in you, but I'm getting it's more specific for many of you listening. This actually feels like it may even be that specific karmic feminine that was connected to this masculine in the past, whether it was a family member, a mother figure, a friend, someone in their life. I feel that this person, this karmic feminine, senses a new energy around this masculine. This won't be for everyone, by the way. This feels like a very specific part of the reading. But if this karmic feminine still has some level of access to the masculine we've been channeling, if it's someone who is still connected to them or around them, even just a little bit, I feel like they can pick up your energy on this masculine, even if he hasn't spoken about you. It's almost like a scent in a way that follows them around. I'm also getting in other cases, if this wasn't a karmic feminine connected to him in the past, this could actually be a feminine energy who's interested in him, but he doesn't reciprocate those feelings. And they're feeling very insecure because it's almost like they can sense that all of his focus is on you, even if he hasn't necessarily shared a lot about you yet with other people. And I feel there's like this jealousy here. Again, this won't be for everyone, so only take this if it connects. I'm getting the letter initials HANO. So those could be in someone's name. Yeah, I feel as though this masculine is planning on moving towards you. They're planning on stabilizing with you, but there seems to be someone around them who is not being fully open and honest about their intentions, who wants to capture their heart or capture more of their focus or more of their attention, that doesn't really seem to want them connecting with you. Again, I'm getting a lot of strong karmic feminine energy from this person. I heard something about an uncle. I don't know if this person is close with an uncle or has an uncle that's maybe like an advisor or someone that they've confided in about you or something like that. But with the deceit card here, I feel like this karmic feminine is pretending to be one way with this masculine, but secretly feeling another way about them being so focused on you. There's this jealousy, there's this insecurity here because they see you being so adored and admired by this masculine, even if it's unspoken. People around this masculine can visibly see a change in him after he has met you or connected with you. And again, this is actually making some people around him feel jealous because I'm hearing they want what you have. I feel like there is this very special potential bond that the two of you share. Now, if it's really new, this may not be fully explored yet. But I do feel there's a very strong bond here. And again, there seem to be a lot of eyes, not just on you, Divine Feminine, but on this connection because of the way that it's been affecting both of you, especially this masculine. And here with the cornucopia card, I feel that both of your manifestation abilities are actually being elevated and amplified as a result of connecting with each other. So one way you'll be able to confirm this connection is the one that I'm talking about is you'll begin to notice both in your life and this person's life that after speaking or spending meaningful time together or meeting or whatever the case is, you will both begin to manifest more positive things in your life, just as a result of having connected with each other in the physical and elevated each other's energy in some way through that kind of energy transfer. I almost want to say that I'm hearing meeting of the minds. Maybe you have very intellectual conversations that are very mutually stimulating with each other. But I'm also getting there's something about when the two of you get together, you're not just physically present or physically speaking. It's almost like your higher selves are communicating at this higher level that isn't necessarily something you're consciously aware of, but that raises your energy and frequency so that you can more easily align with that higher version of yourself, and this person can do the same. And that is what is mutually manifesting these really beautiful things in both of your lives. I'm also getting this may be a major difference for you from past connections. And again, for some of you, maybe none of this is romantic. Maybe this is a friend that you just have this really strong bond with. But for many of you, this will be romantic as well. This could also be someone that you've not met yet for some of you listening. But what I'm getting is in past connections, you may have noticed that you would walk away feeling drained while the other person would be elevated. So they would almost see you as a good luck charm. And we've manifested that in past reading videos as well. Like you had this lucky energy to them just because they were getting some kind of a hit off of your energy. You were helping them raise their vibration just by being around them. They were being positively uplifted by you, but in the process, you were getting drained very often. It wasn't necessarily a mutual energy exchange, but the beautiful and different thing about this connection is it actually seems to be a very mutual energy exchange where, again, when the both of you are together or communicating, you seem to actually elevate one another and you both mirror those positive manifestations, shifts, changes, results in your life in a really beautiful fashion. So it's funny, I meant to be channeling into a lot more different people who are connected to you, which I'm sure that will come up in future readings. And also, we will take a look at that on Patreon as well. So in the Patreon reading, we will look at other people who may have their eyes on you, who might be interested in you at this time, as well as any other messages that want to come through. So if you want to go deeper into this reading, you can join on Patreon for the extended reading. And the link to that is in the pinned comment and description box underneath the video. Otherwise, I am going to go ahead and close this reading here with a Rumi oracle quote. So let's go ahead and channel a Rumi quote here. Okay, so the first quote is, "You were born with wings. Why prefer to crawl through life? You were born with potential. You were born with goodness and trust. You were born with ideals and dreams. You were born with greatness. You were born with wings. You are not meant for crawling, so don't. You have wings. Learn to use them and fly." So I'm going to go ahead and close the reading here. Thank you so much again for tuning in today. If my energy resonates with you, I would love for you to subscribe to the channel, join our beautiful community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself for more energy updates, inspiration, and information. You can check out the subliminals I've created to help you reprogram your mind and manifest in your life on my mobile app, Sound and Soulful, which is now available in both the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. And of course, if you want to continue on with me now to the extended Patreon reading, the link to join for that is in the pinned comment and description box underneath the video. Otherwise, I am sending you all huge amounts of love and light energy. Have an amazing remainder of your day and start to your week. And I will connect with you here again in the next reading.